Hello and welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague live here from the DreamHack Monster Energy Studios, where our first series is behind us, and it was a Vega squadron that was able to 2-0 basically unknown, who weren't able to get a foot in the door there that game. No. After that, IO reached level 6 and Tiny got his Ags.
They got Craigie to death.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
They
didn't really pressure at all. Like, it seems like every time basically unknown play, they're like, okay, we'll just wait for the high ground defense and we'll kind of just play passively and let the other team play into us. But against Tiny IO, you can't really do that, especially not against Beastmaster when he has the Hawk constantly just tracking your movement, so they know which towers are open to pushing and stuff. It's a difficult. That was a hard game for basically unknown, even for just after the draft, I think.
What was it for you, Matt? Was it the draft? Was it like the outplayed?
Yeah, I think it was mostly outplayed. I think their passivity is what lost in the game. I do think that the Void pickup was a little strange, and it makes me think maybe there's something a little more ideal there. Do you think they would have taken Medusa had it not been banned? It seems like a weird ban to me. But I can kind of understand it. That might have been an okay pick.
It works pretty well with their team. They do, like, it's very good against Tiny IO.
Yeah.
You know, you just stone gaze whenever they relocate on you. It's pretty legit. It's very good with Shadow Fiend as well, high damage and minus armor on top of the ulti. But yeah, like picking melee heroes into Tiny is always risky, especially with the Craigie just being amazing. Like, it's literally, like, people always underestimate it, but it is very, very powerful. And when you don't really have, like, Witch Doctor was a very good pick in my opinion. Like, I think Stoman and Honest Witch Doctor always plays good. Like, even in the fights that we'll show in a minute, like, he always delivers. But
we saw him yesterday on Witch Doctor. It was amazing.
It wasn't really enough. He didn't get enough farm. I think, yeah, it had a lot down to do with, like, lack of, like, initiative. Like, we need to make the fights come to us. We need to focus on going to where Tiny and Wisp are and trying to get them rather than letting them come to us. Even that kill mid with the Bane, when Bane slept himself.
Yeah.
And Nico Baby leaped on him in Chronosphere. It's just like, that was the biggest, like, what the hell are we doing now moment. Like, oh, that was really nice.
He still got the Bane in the end, though.
And then he died.
Just barely.
He died. Yeah, not a great trade.
Yeah, I was actually, like, when he Fiends gripped him, I was, like, looking at his mana, because you know the way you steal mana as well. And I was looking at his mana, I was like, if he gets enough mana for the Brain Sap, like, this would actually be the sickest play ever.
He didn't.
He didn't. But
almost.
You can dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few fights this game. One has been selected to show you on the drawing board.
Welcome to the drawing board. So the clip I've selected is when Vega are pushing high ground and they get this, like, Dream Chronosphere on top of Tiny and IO. And let's see if they have the damage to kill them. It's actually quite unfortunate, the position of this Chronosphere, because IO is kind of at the back of the Chronosphere, so it'll be here, kind of. And Rise doesn't have the range to actually click solo, so he can't help him damage him down. So that means that basically they don't have...
Look at the attack speed, by the way.
They don't have the Witch Doctor ulti as well, because Stomanen is like... he came down from behind.
Never mind. Fine.
He came down from behind and actually got a very good death ward off, but it was just too little too late. Solo relocates out, ends up coming back into the fight. And while this is happening, no one's just BKB'd up, and they don't actually care about their damage whatsoever. They don't do any damage at all. Relax got a nice RP off in that fight as well, or not RP. Echo. My brain just farted. But it's, I don't know, it's just lack of damage, and the Chronosphere, like, Void didn't really have enough items to kill IO. You know what I mean? It's not great. Like, it's a very greedy pick into a team that you know.
That looks really funny, by the way.
Yeah, when Lion impaled and he kind of did a little skip. Can we see that again, Scriff?
Yeah, show it again.
Yeah. Look at him. He does a little hop, skip, and a jump. Really
just
nice.
A hop, skip, and a jump.
A very nice 4-staff from Pasha.
Where's the impale? There it comes.
Yeah, just barely clips him.
No. That was pretty good. I'm glad we used this drawing board for serious matters and, you know, really analyze the fight thoroughly.
But yeah, it was a very tough game. I don't know. Basically, unknown, I think, just need to be more aggressive in their play. So
yeah,
like, they played well in the lanes.
Yeah, they did, but they didn't pressure afterwards.
Yeah.
And there was a point where Rise was at bottom, Shadow Fiend, just waiting to kill Mag. And he just stayed there, like not farming on a shadow field. Like Weapons pointed this out to me when I was talking to him, and it was like 3 minutes or 4 minutes without farming on shadow field. Like it's
Talking about Mag, we actually, I'm not sure if it's ready, but I believe it's ready. Not ready.
not ready. Good effort.
I thought, hey, it's a good segue. Oh, now he's ready.
We're really
Perfect.
getting in there on that
Let's
one.
go to a Skype interview with Mag. Hello, Mag.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Nice to talk to you again. Congratulations on your series. And we'll keep it short because we know you have 2 more games to play tonight for us.
Yeah.
I got actually one question, and it's because I like seeing Centaur a lot, and you picked Centaur in the previous game, but it hasn't been played as much, and I personally thought the nerf that was done to it was not that big, but I'm curious, why is that? Why do I see Centaur less?
I don't know. As for me, he's just not good for offlane in current Dota, but he's still good if you pick like this. Just Kentaur on the safe lane who can get fast dagger and Aghanims as well. And I think it's worked pretty good with Teeny Wisp combo.
Yeah.
Combo. Yeah.
It did.
So when we talked to you after the patch, you said that Beastmaster was like, you know, really, really powerful. And now you seem to be playing Beastmaster every single game. Do you get sick of it? Or like some games you're like, oh no, please no Beastmaster?
Actually, compared to other heroes for offlane, I mean, Beastmaster is pretty interesting to play. And I don't know, you can do a lot of stuff. It's always interesting to play with Beast. And as for me, in this Dota, I know this is the only one hero for offlane who can do a lot of stuff like, you know, split push. He can solo kill almost everyone, and I don't know, no one else can do the same things. And he gives you a lot of map control and things like that.
I actually have a question about your key binding setup for Beastmaster. Do you control, like, do you use control click, or do you have individual key bindings for like the Hawk, the Boar, and your hero?
I have individual hotkey for Hawks, and this is all.
Okay. So you use the Boar with yourself?
Of course, I'm using hotkey for all units and tabulation for Necros.
Okay.
What went through your mind when you guys had finished your lineup and they last picked Void into what you had?
Actually, it was looking like they got pretty strong 5 against 5 fight, and this Void was, I know, a bit scary, but you know, like we just start split pushing, and they can do anything, even catch us. It was very hard for them.
Well, we're going to let you have a bit of a break before you go on to your next match against NIP, and perhaps afterwards we'll talk to you again. Do you have anything to say to your fans and to people watching before we let you go?
Yes, of course. I want to say thanks to all our fans and to our sponsors. I know, Gateway, and just thank you.
Okay, well,
boys,
thank you
for your support, and this is all.
Thank you too for taking the time to talk to us, and perhaps we'll talk to you again in a few hours.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. That, of course, was Mag from Vega Squadron, who are doing very well now because they are just rising to the top. Can we actually have a look at the standings real quick? Because with them, also with them beating Basically Unknown is kind of sad right now because they're sitting on 9 losses. Yeah, 9 losses.
Oh, God.
Which, I mean, right now they're 6th. But as you can see, they're the team with most losses in the entire league, which means that after them, like right now, Basically Unknown, in my opinion, is at the bottom of the list, with Ninjas in Pajamas and Alliance actually being right above that with 6 losses.
They
and
can get the 5 wins, which doesn't really seem to secure you anywhere. Like, sure.
you have to hope that other people lose even more.
Exactly.
They have to win out, and then like NIP and Burden have to lose it. Well, Burden has to somehow lose everything.
Yeah. Which is not really something that you can count on.
It doesn't seem super likely.
No. It's going to be a really tricky road. For Ninjas in Pajamas, I mean, they're the ones going up against Vega in our next series, so that's going to be a tough one. Hope they watch the previous matches so they can get some insight in how Vega plays.
Vega looks super strong.
Yeah.
Like, very, very on point. They just, they kind of showed 2 different styles of play in both games, and both just looked so on point. They had their death ball push with their Dragon Knight and their Chen.
Mm-hmm.
They also have their Bounty Hunter. They have like a lot of tools to win the games. Like, it's not just one strategy. And it's like, okay, we can draft against this by doing this. Like, it's very difficult to play against them.
Well, we are having our next series, but it's going to be taking about 25 minutes until that actually starts. So we have 25 minutes to talk about the router.
I open the box very slowly every time.
We
I don't
can
know if we're
have
gonna
talk
a
so much about this
tutorial
router.
on how to use the router. Shane, please.
Okay.
Plug it all in right on stage.
So what you do is you put your internet in here, and then the other internet comes out here. That's it. And I'm
Yep.
sure there's an on switch somewhere. Look, there's an
But
on
there's
button.
also... What's that? Shane, what's that?
This is an
the power
antenna.
cord?
No, this.
Oh, this is a USB stick for USB things.
No, to catch 4G connections,
Oh,
dude.
let's not talk about 4G, please. I don't want to.
That's way too many G's.
No, we
can
have
also
we
you
have
can
4G
also
in our
catch
house,
3G
and it's
connections.
actually the worst thing in the world. Like, sometimes when it rains, it doesn't work. Sometimes like in the mornings, it just gets tired. It's
Sometimes I feel like there's a bird sitting on top of it, and then it's like completely doesn't know what to do. But it's been fine for at least a week now.
What do you do when you don't have internet? Cry?
cry, just curl up in a ball
We
in the
watched
corner.
some movies.
We did, and they were all terrible, which didn't help the situation.
You should watch Die Hard. That's a good movie.
Which one? The Christmas one?
Yeah, the first one.
No,
Rich and I used to watch a lot of Die
As
Hard.
in, no, the airport one or the first one?
The first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
the airport one's the second one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the airport one. The first one was
The
so
first
good.
one's really good.
Yeah.
It was Carl Winslow in it.
What did you think of was it the 5th one?
I didn't see the newish one. The one
Is
like the
there 5 or 4?
5, I think.
Okay.
There was one in 2012 or
Yeah, that was the
I
one
didn't see
where.
that one.
No, it's pretty legit. He like flies a truck into an airplane and gets out of the truck and gets into
Oh,
the
that sounds
airplane.
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty
that's
good.
some like crank level stuff.
Yeah, they really upped their game. Apparently, he gets stronger with age. What's his name in the movies?
John McClane.
John McClane. He's a cop that can fly jets. It's pretty legit.
Spoiler.
It's 2012. There's like 3 years.
Spoiled. I'm spoiled. I think I actually saw them.
You are
Never mind.
spoiled.
But the router that was just shown, or router, depending on which side of the ocean you're from, you can win by going to facebook.com/ROGNordic. And there you can fill in your MVP of this week's league play. And with this week, I mean Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, which ends today. So I love these 6 series. And then at the end of today, it will be Heyoka that will decide which player is the MVP. And he will also give a motivation, which you also have to give if
I'm
you
gonna
go
name
to
myself.
facebook.com/ROGNordic. What?
He's gonna name himself.
It has to be a player that has played in the games, in one of the games.
Okay.
And so
I
can't
could
be
use
yourself.
that takeover replay feature and then play that way.
Who would
No.
you pick if you were to take over a replay?
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Okay, that's good.
But you can't say it yet.
No, I'm not going to say. I've been writing down notes.
If you think about it, Vega have played a lot of games and they've done very well. And I think Matt has appreciated them games.
And I'm pretty sure he has not been making a secret of his appreciation
I've been doing a
for
lot of tweeting
Vega
about
in
Vega.
general.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were tweeting at the Vega guy.
Yeah.
He's a legend.
The Vega Twitter guy.
Yeah, Vega Twitter guy.
Vega Twitter guy.
What is it? At Vega? What is it?
Vega_gaming, I believe.
He's a good guy.
Vega Squad. Actually, might be Vega Squadron.
It is Vega Squadron.
Go follow them.
Just look at
you
the
know, why
Wikipedia
not?
page.
Yeah.
But yeah, MVP of this week's league play. And I say this week because tomorrow and the day after is Super Weekend. You can, of course, come to the studio if you go to DreamLeague.dreamhack.se and you fill in your details. And you'll get all the information there. You can get here. You get free hot dogs and Monster. And I'm also here, PSA, to remind you,
PSA?
public service announcement.
Oh, I'm not American. I didn't get that one.
She was talking about tire pressure.
Oh.
PSA,
PSI.
that's like said on
PSI.
Reddit the whole time. You watch
What is it,
Reddit?
32?
Read Reddit.
I don't know.
I think it's 32.
I just bought one of those things for my car, but I haven't used it yet.
Oh, well, now you know what it is because Shiva explained it. Thank you, Shiva.
PSA, my PSA is that season 2 of the Face It Pro League has started. And you can join it. The first one was won by Sexy Bambo, and he got like 5k euros. And I know that it's mostly for professional players, but you actually can also make your way through the league if you think you're good enough. And the top 50, I believe, of the Pro League
Yes.
Of not the Pro League, but the league below that. I believe it's Diamond. Not entirely
No,
sure, but they
it's
play
Masters.
but they play in a tournament, and then the top 10 or top 5 or something like that go through to the Face It
It's
Pro League the next season.
They have a competition at the
Yes.
end of it, and I think it's like 50 or whatever you said of
Yeah.
the Masters, like, and 10 of Diamond like fight in a competition to get into the Pro League.
Okay, yeah, basically that, and that is already going on. So I think you have to try and get into the next season, which, by the way, is I think going to be a really good way of trying to get into professional Dota if you think you're good enough.
Are you good enough, Shiver?
Nope.
Not gonna even try.
Not good enough. I'm no RTZ.
But like, it's probably the best way to actually get better. To be
Yeah,
fair,
for sure.
'Cause
It's
if you-
hard though, because if you
True.
play and you're bad, then people just like unvouch you.
No, that's not the, like it's in the Pro League doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Because in the like
It's
before
too
that,
late, you're
it
already
works
there.
with
You're already
with the
So
rating
if-
system.
You'll be like, oh crap, we got Matt on our team.
No, but it works with the rating system. It's like maybe like an MMR system a little bit, but you basically have your own little competitive Dota MMR system, which I think is a bit different than your normal ranked matchmaking in Dota. A good way to get ahead. Anyways, like I said, the next series isn't going to start for a little while. I believe we're going to actually be back in about 10 minutes before the next series. Next series starts in 20. It's going to be Vega, and they're going to be going up against Ninjas in Pajamas this time. So I hope you'll be sticking around here. I saw the things disappear, and they came back.
Scriff.
What?
Scriff,
Confusing.
please.
So confusing. Anyways, I hope you'll be back here in about 10 minutes with us to watch Vega versus Ninjas in Pajamas.